Hello everyone, and today we're going to be setting up a base in the middle of the mountains.
So the first thing to do is just to dig. Step one is digging. We're going to try and clear a sort of a square area. This is a very slopey type area of terrain, so we want to really dig down to the mountain and just make a nice flat platform that we can sort of work with. We happened to find a pretty good spot to set up camp. The ground was not too hard, not too soft, hard enough that it's probably not going to collapse in too easily, and also soft enough that we could actually sort of dig it up and it's not just completely rocks, which would have made it an absolute nightmare to get through. I know down digging on the beach near where I am, there's just rocks. Like, you'll dig down, there'll be like a few inches or so of sand, centimeters of sand, and then it just hits an unpassable wall of just really thick, dense rocks that you just can't get rid of, and it's absolutely no fun. You'd need like a jackhammer or something to go through, but this is so much nicer. Very orange, a sort of bright orange, nice colourful looking soil. I managed to make a decent little dent hollowed out inside of the mountain. It was sort of like a little flat area, just using the little fold up shovel, which is very convenient. Fits in a nice little bag that can go in your backpack. We did have one little tree get in the way. It wasn't too big, so it was just sort of like a pesty shrub that we got rid of. Didn't take too long with the tools that we'd bought up. And then we just continued to dig. We had a decent session up here, just digging out the land here. As you can see, we've got a nice little cliff face beginning to form. It's a very small cliff face, but it's sort of like a cliff face. And we've got a nice little flat area that we can sort of stand up on now and put stuff down, place for the camera stand to go, all that stuff. Very nice looking soil. You surely could grow vegetables of some kind up here, maybe some potatoes, some carrots, parsnips, I don't know. But it looks like it would be very fertile soil. We continued to dig. We encountered our first root over there on the left, which is a big old thick root, and we didn't want to chop it, so we just sort of dug around it and continued to go down here, and then it became nighttime.
Alright, we made it to night one.
I must say, getting back up here at night time was a bit of a nightmare. It took quite a while, and we went off in the wrong direction a few times, just because it's super steep terrain getting up there, and we couldn't see barely anything. The little tiny flashlights that we had didn't do much to help because all the trees look the same in every direction. So we eventually managed to get back up there. We went down back again for a little break in between. During the nighttime, I encountered some rocks, and we got a few nice looking sparks from striking them with a little tiny pickaxe.
Oh, it's quartz, look at this. This is quartz.
Is it gold inside the pot? Hope so. No, it's fry them in a huge kiln.
Yeah, I had to build a kiln.
We have $1 million ideas. They need $2 million to create. Is it a store rock or a stack store off the cliff rock?
It's got quartz, calcite, iron. There might even be a bit of pyrite there.
Okay, whatever that is, it sounds cool, so I'm storing it.
Okay, store it. There you go, it's the store rock.
The little tiny shovel that you'd think wouldn't be that good is actually pretty good. It's got like a little saw blade in the side of the shovel head, so you can cut roots and stuff really easily. Just the little tiny roots that get in the way, and it's a bit of a pain. And then we just continued digging away, making a slightly bigger flat area all around here, getting all the dirt down from the sides, scraping it back over the edge, and also we eventually managed to hollow out all the dirt around the root there that you can see, which is sort of blocking the edge of the wall on the side there on the left of me right now. As we started to dig down a little bit further, especially on the left side, but this was sort of later on, we found a lot more just tightly packed, sort of like lots of rocks, like clusters of slightly bigger rocks. And as you can see here, the shovel is just great at chopping the roots out of the wall of the little cliff face here.
Well, if we can't dig this bit out, we can make it into a...
After that, we continued to just do some more digging, really get as much dirt as we possibly could out to make a bigger flat platform area that we could chill on and put stuff down, do lots of other stuff. Managed to chisel all of the dirt out from above and under the the root here, so I've got a nice little hole under going under the root. We can just use it as sort of like a naturally occurring wall brace to keep the cliff face up. Now I just sort of chiseled away at the back wall a bit, moved all the dirt back again, basically just rinsed and repeated.
We can go down pretty deep after that root.
They can be the ladder rungs we used to get out.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Then we got some more sparks, which was exciting. Only a few, but very satisfying when you hit the rock and it makes sparks.
Some shiny quartz. Some very sharp shiny quartz.
After that, it was back to digging and shifting all the dirt that we'd loosened up with the little pick that we had with us. Very satisfying when it strikes the ground and dirt just goes everywhere. The little pickaxe wasn't particularly, or not the little pickaxe, the little shovel wasn't particularly good at chiseling.
Alright, it's this is all the progress we made on day one. We've got a decent pile of dirt accumulating down the base here. We've made a little platform, probably looks better from back over here. You can sort of see we've carved out a little section in the mountain we can hopefully use for something. It's the start of making a base in the bush anyway. Today is day 2, building a random base in the middle of the forest. Let's get into it.
Next, it was day 2. The sun had gone down and come up again, and it was time to continue working on the little base that we're making here. Trying to go down a bit, break up some of the dirt, make a wider, bigger, flatter platform. Just took quite a while, but managed to eventually use the pickaxe to sort of break up and expand the width of the little platform here. Also managed to dig down a bit. We did encounter a couple of pretty thick looking roots that sort of V'd out, though they got in the way. We ended up just digging around them. It wasn't too much of a problem. It was a bit annoying though, going all around them and such like that. But we managed to get there in the end, and it was very satisfying. After that, it was just time to do more digging. More and more digging, breaking up the ground, moving it back, expanding the platform.
Alright, we've made a bit of progress. I've gone a bit wider, gone a bit deeper, and finally made a tunnel under the roots. It's not looking too bad.
I must say, it's so much nicer working up here in the daytime than at night. On the first time we did come up in the night, we were expecting it to be really cold, but when you're digging away at the ground, it was actually pretty hot. We ended up just taking jackets off and just using t-shirts and that. And we just continued to dig. So much nicer in the daytime, fully lit, you can see everything, rather than just sort of stumbling around in the dark. You don't have to worry about the flashlights running out of battery. And we made a decent amount of progress. We also started to go down a bit more further as well, sort of digging out and down.
Alright, I've finally hit stone.
One thing that I think would be really awesome to do up here is to set up some sort of vegetable farm. I don't know, if it's just a simple potato farm, maybe carrots or parsnips or something. The soil just looks so good, like you could grow decent crops up here. I don't know how that would go for sunlight, because there is quite a few trees around, but it's sort of like a bit of a cleared out area, so hopefully you get enough sunlight to grow some potatoes or some carrots or something. I would like to do that at some point in time if this project continues on. And we moved a lot of dirt, and we started saving a lot of the rocks. Some of them looked quite cool. A lot of the rocks have quartz in them. Others have little speckles of what looks like pyrite. I'm not entirely sure if there is actually anything that great in here. We also found a couple of bits of jasper, just the nice little red stones hiding in the dirt, the sort of deep red, maroon coloured jasper, which I think is like the jasper with iron in it. And we just continued to work. We managed to make it quite a bit deeper as well, which was good. One thing that happened to both of us though is we got massive blisters on either hand, sort of up towards the index finger. just from holding the pickaxe, I think it was, just swinging the pickaxe down. I guess a little bit from using the shovel. I started using a glove just on my left hand because there was like a big old blister and it was very, very painful. Stung like anything. We kept going anyway for a decent amount of time. Tunneled out all of the dirt under the root to make it slightly bigger hole under there as well. Managed to make the hole underneath the root just big enough that I could crawl under it as well.
Alright, we've made a bit of progress, a bit deeper, a little bit wider.
Can't build in more roots.
At this point I'll just leave it so you can just sort of watch us dig with some music in the background.
We've made some progress, a bit of a trench over here, sort of just dug around the roots. I made a bit of a square hole. Alright, I think we'll leave it there for now. Thanks for watching and have a nice day. Goodbye.
Thank you for watching. Consider subscribing if you want to see some more, and see you later. Goodbye.